fellow students. I've always looked forward for this day. It is a day that I have always dreaming about. A day when I'll stand before people from all around the world and just tell them a message which has been in me for so many years. A message that burns within me like fire shut up in my bones. When I walk, when I wake up, when I lie down, I feel it within me. It's a message that is very important to me, and by extension, the human race. I hope that you're going to resonate so much with the message that I'm about to deliver right now. Are you ready for the message? Character speaks for us in rooms where we cannot stand and defend ourselves. When I mention your name, Sandy, for example, or Imba, for example, what comes to my mind is not anything but character. I see your character when I mention your name. So, my message is centered on the importance of cultivating the right character. Now, in a setup like this, I understand that we come from different places, we come from different backgrounds, and right now I'm sure you're questioning what I mean by the right character, because character can be different from person to person. But what I'm talking about here is that you need to develop the right character. Define the character that you want to go with your name. Define the right character that you want to go with your name. Why is it important to cultivate the right character? You need to cultivate the right character for yourself before you reach the place of your destiny. Because otherwise, you are going to crash and explode. Work on your character. Work on your character. Develop a name. When I mention your name, Tio, what needs to come to my mind is that which you want for yourself, and not which the world is going to paint for you. So, from that, I want to advise everyone in this place to cultivate the character of love. Love, L-O-V-E. Cultivate the character of love. Let your life reflect love. In whatever you do, in whatever you say, wherever you are, let love go by your name. And I think this is the future of black people. This is the future of black people. This is the future of the human race. Love is something that I cannot manage to describe in words. I cannot manage to describe it in words because it is something that I feel within me. And I want each and every one of you, each and every one of us, to be able to feel the feeling of love. Love is felt when it is absent. When you look around you today, you're going to see children rising against their parents rising against their children, this one bombing the other person from this country, invading this other country. There's epistemic violence, crisis everywhere. All that is as a result of the absence of love. When you love me, you're not going to judge me by the color of my skin. You're not going to look down on me. You're going to see or look beyond my weaknesses. Love is going to enable you to overlook the mistakes or the shortcomings of the next person. When you have love in you, you're not going to look the other way when your neighbor is in need. You are going to see the world in a very different way. It is going to transform the way you think, the way you approach life. Love is warmer than the sun. Love is sweeter than anything that you have ever tasted in this world. Love is purer than any mineral. Love, it is so unique. And I stand here before you, encouraging you to start working on your love walk. Because if you have love in you, oh my God, you're going to live a different life. A life that the world is going to emulate. Because You are not going to give or help the next person only when they cry for help. What I mean is this. Most of us here only offer a hand of help when someone cries for it. We do not stand up on our own using discretion or discernment within us to offer help to the next person. We always wait until someone cries for help. And that is not the love that I'm talking about. I am talking about the love that is going to seek to see a smile on someone else's face. Teachers, my fellow students, the beauty of life is not about how happy you are. It is about how happy someone else can be because of you. I want you to think about the lives that you have touched. How many lives have you touched? How many souls have you impacted today? Have you been living for yourself? Have you been living both for yourself and your neighbor, or you have been living for yourself alone? I want you to start thinking about how your life is impacting other people, because I think that is the beauty of life. It does not matter how much money I have. If you have €0 in your pocket and I have $20 in my pocket, that is like zero. Understand? So the love I'm talking about right now is that which is going to seek so much to see good in the next person, in the person who is close to you. Love is the greatest. Love is what? Is the greatest. Love can put a smile on the needy. It can change the fate of nations. It can change man's destiny. That is the power that is in the word love. L-O-V-E. It is very powerful. If I say the word love in conversations, I even fear, because I know what love means. I've seen the transformative power that love has. Love cannot be manifested in isolation. No. Love can only manifest where there is an object to be loved. We live in a school like this. There are so many objects that you can use to manifest the love within you. You have roommates. You have classmates. Please, seek every day to see your life being used to contribute positively to the person next to you. I envision a future where there's not going to be racism. The racism we talk about today, if we begin right now, we launch a campaign to start putting smiles on each other's faces, you're not going to see racism anyway. You're not going to see segregation. You're not going to see this like war, crisis, what, because you're going to develop a world where everyone thinks for the good of the next person. Everyone seeks to show love, to show kindness to the next, to put a smile on someone else's face. That is what love can do. And when they asked me to say, Chungu, can you tell us, can you give a speech about the future of black people? I went to my room and I started asking myself that who am I to talk about the future when I don't even know what to say, you know? But one thing that allowed me to take the challenge on myself is, like I said, this message is something that is very important to me. It has been with me for so many years. I said I feel it when I walk. When I sleep, I feel it. It is like fire that is shattered in my bones. I've always looked for a day when I'll stand before the world and tell them how much power love has. And I thank God for this day because I'm speaking to, I think this is the world itself. I think this is 5 continents. So tell your government, tell your... Tell your government, tell your leaders when you go back home that the solution to the crisis that we are seeing around us today is just love. When I love you, I'm not going to wish you bad. When I love you, I'm going to do what is going to lift you. You understand? so many years. I have been telling it over and over and over, again and again in my heart. And it is something that I've always wished to share with people who are close to me, even up to today. And I thank God that the time has come, and it is now. So, like as I was saying, love can only manifest when there is an object to be loved. And the power that is in this word, it is such that it can put a smile on someone's face. It can change man's destiny. It can change the fate of nations. Those who love others understand that there is no love without giving. There is no love without giving. Those who give are people who are very conscious of the future, because they understand that the future is mystery. You may have money today, you don't know what will happen to you tomorrow. So love is going to inspire you to give. I'm not saying you give to someone who is the race as your race, or someone who speaks the same language as you, or someone who has the same color of eyes as you. Love is going to blind you of all these things that society has created for us. When I say love your neighbor, I mean love someone regardless of how they look like, regardless of their faith. They might not share the same faith as you, but love implies that you love them all. Galatians chapter 3 verse 28 says that there shall be no Gentile or Jew, there shall be no male or female, there shall be no young or old, because all these are one in Christ Jesus. That is people who are Christianity. You might not understand. But yeah, even in Christianity it is there. Yeah, love is like the center of everything. Love is the bond of perfection. It is the bond of perfection. It perfects everything. When you have love in you, it is going to perfect everything about you. Whether you are a farmer, whether you are a professor, whether you are a student, or wherever you are, you are not going to be given influence. You are not going to be given authority or fame to the extent it can reach if you do not have love in you. I'll repeat that again because it is very important. Whether you are a farmer or you are a professor, whether you are a student, whether you are black, whether you are white, you cannot be given fame, knowledge, influence, or whatever people seek for today if you do not have love in you. Do you know what will happen if those things are given to you without love in you? You are going to misappropriate them. You are going to use them to destroy yourself and others. So if you lack love in you, it is dangerous, too dangerous for you. On a very personal note, as I conclude, I am African. Everyone knows I am African. And I was born on the continent of Africa. Now, I want to end this message such that I want to speak to Africa itself. My people there, the black people and people from Africa, I want you to take this message as well to your government and your president, because it is very important. Oh Africa, you should not let fellow Africans feel unwelcome in your land. I'll repeat that again. Africa, do not let fellow Africans feel unwelcome in your land. Africa, do not let fellow Africans feel unwelcome in your land. The North cannot do it alone. The East cannot do it alone. The West cannot do it alone. The South cannot do it alone. We need each other. We need one another in order to grow. In place of Africa, some of you are from Europe. Europe, meditate. Europe, you don't let fellow Europeans feel unwelcome in your land. It's not just about Africa. It happens in Asia, Yusuf. Do not let fellow Asians feel unwelcome in your land. Because the East cannot do it alone. The West cannot do it alone. The